8 years old step parent, dad came in, and it was, since Jarvis was not in my house, this was not dad. You know what I'm saying? Day one. The minute they got married, I remember going to the park and saying, "Daddy."
Off the bat.
Really? Off the bat. I never said it before. I never said it before. I never saw.
Hold on.
I never looked at
you never said daddy before?
I never said daddy before.
Never called your dad daddy?
I called him dad. I called him, I remember actually calling him at a young age Big J, because it just wasn't, it wasn't, I didn't grow up with him. I didn't grow up with him in the home. You know what I'm saying? But when Daryl Oliver went into the day one, they got married on August 31st, 1996. September 1st, daddy.
So you said they got married when you was 8?
I was 8.
You knew him before they got married?
They got married and they got a pull to me. Now that I think about it, I really didn't think about that. They got married. They met, I want to say like December or January of 95. December of 95, January 96, and got married in August of 96. So 8 months. Oh my God, I had an 8-month turnaround too.
8 months.
I did too.
Wow.
I don't want to talk about that no more.
So I guess it's safe to say that there was a level of comfort for whatever he did.
Yeah.
The stepdad made you feel comfortable enough.
We country too, man. You know what I'm saying? We country too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and no social media. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a lot of things to go, what about him? What he doing? They living a life. They traveling and stuff, man. People going off of actual what you have, what you are going through. Like, it wasn't all that mess that, unfortunately, a lot of us parents go through now when people see you scroll on the front page and now they got a great life because they house clean. Like, that junk is weird, bro. But anyway, we'll talk about that another time.
But yeah, the backstory is important, and that's the only reason why
for sure.
Before I can kind of give perspective on something, I really have to get the backstory on the child upbringing, a relationship with the parent to kind of express my view on it. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, it was love off Jump Street, and again, he's from Hastings, Florida. Let's break it down. He's from Federal Point, Florida. Let's break it down even further. He's from Garrettsville, Florida. Like, we talking about I can hit 12 golf balls through the entire town if I hit them, if I drive all of them. I can drive 12 golf balls through the whole town. Very small but very tight-knit, very loving, very caring. Agape love is real in the country, man. It's thorough. You know what I'm saying? It's solid. It's different. It's look at your kids and tear up for no reason type of love. Like, it's that kind of love. And so him being from there and me being from Willaca, just as small, maybe a little smaller, you got this country family that's kind of, let's start this life.
Right.
Pop did an amazing job. My mama did an amazing job. And dog, you see so much baggage that comes with being a step parent with the other parents, right? Jarvis did an amazing job of not interfering with nothing. I don't care if he didn't care. It doesn't matter. Like, as far as like the mom, dad situation, like, I had a great upbringing and I'm not just saying that. Like, you can go to any of my friends, you can go to any of my family members. Like, Monica was amazing. Daryl was and is amazing. Daryl was and is amazing. And Jarvis was amazing in their roles, period. Like, zero quarrels to even state. So I had a great time being a step kid. And I got a step sister from it. And mind you, I'm saying all the step for context. I do not use the word step in my house. I do not use the word step in my daddy's house. I do not use the word step in front of my sister. My sister is my sister. Daryl Oliver is my dad. I usually try to, for contextual reasons, reference Jarvis as my father. Daryl is my dad, and it works, so not a bad word. I had a good one, man. I had a good one. I can't speak for anybody who did not have good experiences, right, but I had a great one. And I look up to step parents. I look highly on step children who act right, step parents who act right and know what they're getting themselves into. It's period, man. I loved it. I loved it. It was hard. It was hard. I guess it got harder when I got older. When I got older, it got harder. I don't think I've ever said this out loud. As I got older, I started realizing that there's just genetically, chemically, biologically. There's just some things that I can't ask my dad. I can't ask Daryl, my stepdad. There's some things I can't ask him. Not that I can't, it's just some things that, that in depth. One day you're going to look, you're Amor's 4.
Right.
One day Amor is going to say, Daddy, I used to do that when you were young? And you're going to say, yeah, I used to do this and you're going to compare those things. I can't ask him that because biologically it's not mine. I got to start at 8. You know what I'm saying? I can no longer ask my father like, hey, when you had issues with a woman, what was that like? Or what was your reaction? Did you go in the closet and scream like I did? You know what I'm saying? Like I can't ask that.
When you say you can't ask that, I got to be honest. I'm a bit confused.
Go ahead.
Because you're saying you can't ask that, but this is a man who's been in your life since you were 8. And you call him daddy.
Yeah.
This would be ideal to call the person you call daddy.
Yeah.
Don't
get it twisted. I ask him. We talk about that. I don't want, if that came off like that, my bad.
Yeah, that's my bad.
It don't care. No.
Clarity to make sure.
Daryl Oliver, my dad, like when we get up and we chop it up and we have talks about, back in the day and stuff, like all of my memories of childhood involve him. All of them, the good ones, the bad ones, anything. What I'm talking about is I have a 14, I have Jonah.
Right.
My boy is 14. There are some things that he does that I see myself literally doing at the same age. And it's like biological. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's biological. And my thing is when Jonah get, not even older, now, he can say, Daddy, man, like I feel like, man, I was scared to talk to a girl, man. And I just, he didn't say this. I'm just giving an example.
Right.
Where he can go, man, I was scared to talk to a girl, man. And, I don't know what to think. Like, I don't want to get rejected. And I can be like, you know what? Listen, I used to, same thing, boy. Like I used to really, and mind you, I used to go in the corner and I used to practice, you know what I'm saying? Like out loud, like
right.
Okay, like what's up? How you doing? Like you doing well? That's what's up, baby. Like I used to practice like that.
Right.
And then I didn't, but I'm saying I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
I used to practice like, what's up, baby? How you doing? Like you doing good? Oh, that's what's up, man. It's good. Hey, check this out. Let's go take a walk a little bit, after school or whatnot. I used to practice like, okay, cool, ready, go, break. And then go and talk to the chick. Ready, break. Bro, you got to get into it, boy. Ready, break. I got to hype myself up. Nobody else doing it.
Not the football terms.
Got it. Ready, break. All right, on one-on-one. Nah, but, and then you go and you do that. So if he were to say like, dang, Daddy, I do the same thing. Those things are kind of biological. Those things are like things that he did. You know what I'm saying? Like I could share that with somebody that's a stepchild of mine or my dad is a stepchild, like he can share what he did.
Right.
But when you see some of those things that align a little bit differently, those are the things that I mean, like, I want to be like, when right before you played ball and you knew, you were about to go against an individual, you ain't tell nobody, but you knew you were going against an individual that you could not beat, like, what you felt like. He might say something that he might be like, you know what? Shoot, honestly, I was hyping myself up and then one day like an hour before the game, I just threw up. I'd be like, dang, I threw up too. I did the same thing. And those correlations are something that I've never had before, that I'm seeing myself have with Jonah now. I'm having those conversations with my boy right now.
Right.
I've never had those conversations before.
So I guess it's safe to say
it's not a bad thing.
And once again, this is nothing against step parenting.
Right.
Your stepdad has done an amazing job with you, the siblings, your mom, right? He's been the leader of that family. But I think it's safe to say that there will always be some sort of connection in a way of, like you said, connection like what you got with your son might be something you never get if you ever remarried or dated another chick. And let's say she has an 8-year-old. You probably won't get that
100%.
You get what I'm saying? Because now
it'll get to 98.
Yeah.
It won't get to 100.
It won't.
And it's not a bad thing. It's just, it's science. It's life. It's like literally you can't get to that level. You know what I'm saying? But the respect is there. The love is there. The everything is there. Like, and even the experiences, his experiences, resonate with me so much because, again, we both country.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like country man telling you X, Y, Z. Like, I've listened to everything he said, and a lot of the things, he simplified my life. You can't tell, I ramble a lot. And so he simplified my life a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I know that, again, I can't ask him this. I know Jarvis probably rambled too.
For sure.
I know he was a talker. I know he was probably, a charmer. You know what I'm saying? But I know that what's needed from me is they're all over to be like, hey, look, hey, relax, man. Calm down, shorten it up. You know what I'm saying? Shorten it up, Jarvis. That's what he's doing. Jarvis. Shorten it up. You know?
I think parents are able to look at their kids and see things their kid do that they did as a kid. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
Similarities.
right.
Like, there's certain facial expressions I make that I could look at old pictures of my dad and say, wow, like we make the same face.
Those things. That's what I'm talking about.
Stuff in common that's
what I'm talking about.
You know what I mean? Really, really cool.
The biggest thing about that is it's more of a fun conversation. It's not anything that's like it's dire or it's important. It must be done. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not taking back 0 lessons that Daryl showed me. Yeah, it has shown me, it still shown me to this day. Like, I'm not taking back none of those lessons. So, like I said, it just all worked out for me, And so one of these days, and I'm single. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to say nothing about marriage or old marriages. But if I become a step parent one of these days, it's going to be the same thing. You know what I'm saying? In regards to making sure, and this is what he did for me and my mom, making sure the issues don't start with him, don't end with him, making sure he's doing his thing to make life easier for everybody. Because in turn, when you do that, they make it easy for you. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, they make it easy for you when parents and kids have a concerted effort and have a talk. My mama always, hey, look, you're not going to disrespect, you're not going, let me tell you something, like, straight up. She told me one time as a youngin', one time, this is him.
That was it.
That was it.
But that's the key
Never,
point.
Ever again did I ever question whether or not, man started whooping me immediately.
See, let me tell you, and that's just the old school. Your mother cut from that old cloth.
Yeah.